Mr. Mukherjee, Mr. Kedar Mohanty, All India Radio, Mr. Srimad Gaurav, Sun Times, Mr. Ashok Das from the Samaj, and Mr. Ajit Mohanty from Haritri, Mr. Shri Swain from Sun Times, and Mr. Sudhir Das from Hindustan Samachar. And let me now have the privilege of introducing His Holiness Srila Gour Govinda Swami, the spiritual head and governing body commissioner for Orissa ISKCON. And this is Patita Pavan Prabhu. He is the chairman of the festival committee and the engineer. And he is also the engineer. He has written project. In fact, at his initiative, the construction has been tremendously progressed and it has completed by now. And Dikpati Prabhu, he is the disciple of Srila Prabhupada and a very close servant of Srila Gurudev and an associate friends of this movement also. And this is here. He's our dear god brother. He's the Australian god brother. Indra Bhatta Prabhu, Parameshwara Prabhu from UK, Raghunath Bhatta Prabhu from United States, and that's all. So we can start. Oh, sorry, Bhakti Evan. Bhakti Evan from UK. So we can start. Hare Krishna. And Pratap Rudra Prabhu, he has come. He is in charge of Bhakti Vedanta book drafts. Nuhari Prabhu, he is also from Europe. This is Chaitanya Chandra Das, he is the president of Bhubaneswar ISKCON. And this is Nuhari Prabhu from UK, United Kingdom. And at the last, this is Atmaram Das, the director of, in charge of the life members and PRO. This is Dinabandhu Prabhu from Australia. So, अनेक वर्ष पर आज जो हमारा श्रील गुरुदेव का शुद्ध इच्छा रे प्रभुपाद कृपार जो ISKCON कृष्ण बलराम मंदिर पूर्णांग हो पारिछि एवं एटा जो हमारा उद्घाटन होबाकु जाउछि आसंता 28 तारिख रे सेही अवकाश रे हमर प्रेस बंधु मान हम आमंत्रित करथिलु समान बहुत दयापूर्वक एठार पहुंची के हमको उपकृत एवं बहुकांश रे उत्साहित कराई परछन्ति सो ई प्रसंग रे ISKCON आभिमुख्य विषय रे प्रेस भाई माने जहा कि बर्तन पचेरे को चाहती एटी श्रील गुरुदेव और अन्य भक्त माने तार समुचित उत्तर आमर धारणा होची एक्चुअली आमर ISKCON बा अंतरराष्ट्रीय कृष्ण भावनामृत संघ. Let me have the privilege of begging information speaking in English, as because many of my god brothers and also the press brothers may not understand Oriya. So actually, this temple of the Lordship Sri Krishna Balaram, this is one of the many ISKCON temples located in all different countries of almost all the continents. As you know, Srila Abhaycharan Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of our movement, under his, a spiritual leadership which cannot be described even in words. If any of us can avail the chance to visit abroad any time, we can see how effective, how inconceivable is the tremendous spiritual effect caused by Srila Prabhupada in propagating the message of the Supreme Lord, Krishna, all over the world. And Srila Prabhupada has established many different centers all over this world, and these centers falls under one of the under the zone of one of the governing body commissioner, Srila Gurudev, who was very, very dear to Srila Prabhupada and one of the most elevated souls exist in the earth today, and one of the very, very great leader of our movement. So Srila Prabhupada desired him to establish the temple over here, as well as to translate the English publications of Srila Prabhupada into Oriya. So these two things were carried out by Srila Gurudev since the inception of the establishment of this movement over here, and by the causeless mercy of the Supreme Lord, as well as by the sincere divine effort of Srila Gurudev and the grace of Srila Prabhupada. Ultimately, the last 100 temple project, this is the last 100 temple project of Srila Prabhupada, it is now over. So now we are going to inaugurate this temple in the coming 28th of January. And devotees from almost all the continents of the world are expected to participate in this function, ceremonial functions. the inaugural function. So, in that context, this meeting is organized, sir. So, this is in brief about the background of the temple, and in detail, of course, our revered press brothers can come to know from a brochure which has been printed on the occasion. So, the meeting is primarily organized to highlight and to let our honored press brothers know about the activities of ISKCON, particularly in the present, context of the world of perplexity and on the catastrophic effects of what we are seeing today, the Gulf War and many different crises. So amidst this, the source of solace, how it can be attained for the mankind, for that matter, how ISKCON or the International Society for Krishna Consciousness is struggling on around the world and how it is attaining success. Our press brothers will be very much pleased to know we have now millions of books circulated even in China. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and many different Vedic scriptures. So also in Arabic, in Persian, in English, in Spanish, in French, in Russia, and in Russia. Perhaps our movement is spreading so fast now. The ban has been lifted. Oh, it has been lifted after the introduction of perestroika by Mikhail Gorbachev. And now the movement is spreading so fast in Russia. We will be really overwhelmed to see that how serious the young boys and young girls around the world, those who have come from very elite background, those who have come from really, from everything we can say, too high, leaving everything, how serious they were. For instance, I would just like to avail this opportunity to bring something to the kind notice of our press brothers that recently we had been to Middle East, Europe, and United States, accompanying a group of life members of ISKCON. We were astonished to see in United States our dear Godbrother Raghunath Bhatta Prabhu got us introduced to one senior Navy officer of USA, young man, and how anxious is he to join the movement after realizing the true objective of life. Similarly, even our Godbrother Raghunath Bhatta Prabhu, he was a senior Air Force officer of United States, based at London. But he gave up his profession and joined the movement after tasting the nectar of the, divinity, I would say. Similarly, all my Godbrothers, whoever you are seeing now, Rohari Prabhu, Parameshwar Prabhu, whoever, all of them have come from a very, very elite and high background. But giving up all the material cost to life, they have really now become serious enough to make progress in spiritual path. So they are adopting many different ways under the devoted spiritual guidance of this highly elevated spiritual personality like Srila Gurudev. So they have been trying on to propagate the message of the Lord and to cause the real upliftment to all living entities in many different ways. Of course, I don't like to take more time. This is something in brief. I have made the press brothers, honored press brothers, know about a movement.
How many centers you said you have all over the world?
We have now 280 centers all over the world.
280.
That's right.
How many countries?
Almost all countries. All countries.
European countries also.
Sorry?
African countries.
Oh,
Yes.
even Middle Eastern countries.
You expect all the devotees from all the centers for the inauguration of this temple?
If not all the centers from all the continents. Yes.
How many of them come?
We are expecting about 500 of them.
When you say you have the Middle East,
Yeah.
you say that Muslims are
Oh, quite a lot. Even now, our where is Janardhan Prabhu?
Where is Janardhan?
Which are the countries?
Which is the country is from?
Janardhan Prabhu? He's from Spain.
Iraq.
Yes, we do have members and devotees in Iran, Iraq, everywhere.
Although we may add that to protect those devotees who are preaching there, it may not be advisable to publicly announce their presence in those countries. There may be some political problem for them.
Yeah.
As was in Russia previously,
Yeah.
we were allowed to reveal that we had over 2,000 disciples in the Russian continent until after President Gorbachev released prisoners. And it was revealed just how many devotees were there.
What is the need of a temple? Why do you want to confine God into the within the four walls of the temple? Why not free him to the field and the sky and air?
That teaching we impart. That is in Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. How Supreme Lord is all pervaded.
So sometimes the temples and mosques and churches, they are the bones of contention.
No, this is an education center. People will be attracted and come here, and every day we have discourses on Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, all Vedic literature, and we give teaching. And this Vigraha is one of the incarnation of the Lord, or Chavatara. In according to Veda, Vedic evidence, it is non-different from this Supreme Lord. That is our tattva.
No, building of such a big temple,
Yes.
it takes so much of time and energy and many other things,
Mm.
material. It disturbs your concentration on God, spiritualism.
Yes, because thereby we teach that everything belongs to the God. Isavasyam idam sarvam. Whatever you find, everything belongs to God. Everything emanates from Him. Everything is His property.
When
And
everything
He is
emanates from
the,
Him,
please listen to me. And He is the supreme proprietor, He is the supreme enjoyer, He is supreme in all respect. So, to build such a nice temple, everything nice to be done for Him, because it's to be served. We are servants, and for His pleasure we do it. If Krishna will be pleased, then all will be pleased automatically. If you pour water at the root of the tree, automatically whole tree gets it. And if you give food to the stomach, automatically whole body is nourished. Tatharana achyutejya. If Lord Achyuta will be received and pleased, automatically all will be pleased. That's our Vedic principle. That's the Siddhanta given in Srimad Bhagavatam. And that we preach. This is our Vedic culture. This is our Indian culture. This is Indian culture. This is Sanatana Dharma.
but we have already so many temples, churches, and mosques. The world is crowded with those things.
Many are.
Do you think many more are necessary?
We want every house should be the temple of the Lord. Then that will be real peace and happiness. If all people will be God conscious, Krishna conscious. That's our teaching. Not one, two.
What about your entry into Lord Jagannath temple?
We are going. We are going. This Westerners are divided. White skin only. Nothing else.
How do you see the thing in India?
Universal.
How is it
All are
justified?
sons of the Lord.
Then is it justified?
But why sons of the Lord are fighting each other in Iraq and yeah.
Sons of the Lord are not. Those who are not consciousness, they are fighting. If such consciousness is inculcated, so there will be no fighting at all. They have body consciousness, so there is fighting.
Even in Ajodhya?
But
Whatever that,
on the
we
one
say that they are not conscious at all.
but
Their
on the one hand,
consciousness
you
is
say
defective.
ISKCON ideal
Yes.
that is spreading very
Huh?
fast. You were saying this now.
Huh?
On the one hand, it is spreading. On the other hand, there is a war. How is it contradiction?
No contradiction at
How do
all.
you explain it?
Though one will be really conscious, he will never take part in war.
Yes.
While not conscious, one will develop body consciousness, so there will be automatically, naturally, fighting, quarreling,
Now, do you feel
saying mine, mine.
Now, do you feel that
Those who are fighting the wars must be believing their own gods. I mean, not be.
They may be asked.
They're conscious of.
They may be asked.
But
But I say they are not conscious at all. Their consciousness is defective consciousness. And their philosophy is defective philosophy.
Now, you mean the lack of spiritual consciousness in them has led to this
Yes.
war in the
It is
north?
only body consciousness.
Even
If you
Krishna,
go beyond body consciousness, there will be no struggle, no fighting, no quarrel. Because we are all soul, we are all sons of one father, that's Krishna. Aham bija pradapita.
and Krishna himself,
I am the seed-giving father. Krishna said that thing in Bhagavad Gita.
And Krishna himself indulged in war. Krishna himself indulged in war.
Yes, to teach people, to shower his mercy to them.
That's what Saddam Hussein says the same thing. I want to teach USA, that's why I'm fighting the war.
Saddam Hussein is not Supreme Lord. He is a conditioned soul. Supreme Krishna, Krishna is the only Lord. In our Vedas it said Krishna is the Supreme Lord, Jagannath is the Supreme Lord. Nobody else is Supreme Lord.
After 100 years, maybe Iraqis will think.
Iraq may think, but that cannot be proved by Vedas. Even individual has his
When
own
you give
thinking.
so much of importance to the Vedic scriptures, you're denouncing other religion. I mean, is that part of the
Only one religion is there, that is Veda religion, Sanatana Dharma, eternal Dharma, Atma Dharma. You are all Atma. It is the Dharma of the Atma. He may be Mohammedan or Christian or Jain or Buddha or whatever may be, it is Atma. So Atma's Dharma is one Dharma. Those who don't know the Dharma Tattva, they say different Dharma. But Krishna says, Sarvam Dharman Paritejya, give up all Dharma, only surrender unto me. That's our Sanatana Dharma. That we spread. If this Dharma will be spread, his name is Sanatana Dharma, Bhagavad Dharma, Atma Dharma, so there will be real peace and happiness. So real peace and happiness
about
yeah. Yes, definitely. Definitely. When all is think that I am soul, I am not the body. I am the eternal part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Then why there will be strong fighting and quarreling?
No, after this temple is established now, built now,
Yeah.
will you at least create consciousness as you say?
We are creating,
Create consciousness for other people to enter this Lord Yoga temple.
we are creating, we are preaching, we are doing everything.
But they're not conscious, they're not being become conscious. Otherwise, they would have allowed.
Those who are in charge of the temple, if they cannot have that consciousness,
So
what
make
can
them
we do?
conscious. It's your task to make them conscious.
We are trying all over the world.
Do you feel?
How these people have come.
Do you feel those inside the temple of the Lord Jagannath are body conscious only?
Definitely.
Color
If-
conscious.
Yes. Only by skill, the diva.
I beg the kind permission of Srila Gurudev. I'm sorry for the interruption. Our honored press brothers will be very much pleased to know that the Gajapati King of Puri,
Mm.
who had been to abroad and seeing the ISKCON's activities over there, he's so much attracted spontaneously. I mean, speaking in spiritual sense of the term, he's so much attracted that he keeps on coming ISKCON's Bhubaneswar very, very frequently.
He has become a light member.
He has become a life member and sits at the feet of Srila Gurudev, and he desires ISKCON brothers to lead a Sankirtan movement on the occasion of the inaugural ceremony of our temple at Puri that is going to take place on 30th. So the multinational devotees of ISKCON will lead a Sankirtan Parikrama program at Sri Jagannath Puri.
So is there another temple going to be?
So at Puri we have got a big patch of land. One devotee of Gujarat has donated 31 acres of land. So a big project, international ISKCON project will come out at Puri, but that will take time.
Your hectares.
Acres.
30 acres.
30 acres? I'm sorry, 30 acres.
Come up.
Yes,
Yes,
will come.
yes, in future.
Yeah, what is the opinion about
doing about
the Ram Mandira temple at Odisha?
and to go to the
Your opinion
since
about
I
lost
tell
in
you,
that area, since he's
that, I tell you, there is no necessity of quarreling. What is that? Lord Ram is Lord, is Supreme Lord. He is not in this place and not in that place. Why are you quarreling? Let the temple. Lord Ram will be very much pleased. Ajodhya is not a pinpointed place, such a great.
they are claiming that the original temple was there, that's why they are claiming.
What is this claim?
do you call it a bogus claim?
I say ghost. Not. What? Ajodhya is a great land. And the dham in spiritual world, that came down. And
But
Ram came.
all these priests, these Bharatis and all this from Ajodhya and Sankaracharya, they also will not in Gour's idea about this.
We won't say so. That would get something back.
I beg the kind apology
idea
for
about this.
revered press brother. I just beg the kind apology from a revered press brother.
You don't
I shall kindly,
when some of these things.
yes, because
Of the record.
of the,
That's not good. That would we had something that's not like it.
But once created, it will that will again settle down. No, it should be created because there should be some people within the religion who can speak that you are doing wrong. Because we people, suppose we are outside, they will say you don't know religion. Suppose some people who know religion, who can talk in neighbor religion, they should say people that is wrong. It's the best thing who can say.
yeah, but only think, again I beg the kind apology from press
No, you
brother.
should say on the record, make it on the
Yes,
record.
please,
But you
because
should make it on the record.
because sometimes, the proper understanding cannot be cultivated on account of reading the same news, because it will not really help the people those who claim to be religious. They cannot really make out the true meaning of it, and subsequently it may yield in making some confrontation, at least at the level of
But there should be given that. This should be strong, when they are doing so much of
By our preaching, we preach throughout the world and we publish books on this in different languages, in many languages of this.
Is there any plan to construct another temple? Other temples in state of Odisha?
yes, sir, Puri.
We have that land.
What else would you have in this temple apart from?
Sankirtan every day. Temple.
Kirtan we do. We have prayers, we publish books, Gita, Srimad, Bhagavatam, Upanishad.
You have a press here.
Yes.
You want to have a
Yes.
like schools, small schools, or schools.
And the plan we have.
You have a plan.
But we have no land now, place. We have applied for the government to give us some land. So we develop.
Teach Vedas.
What's the total expenditure on this temple?
Written expenditure is 37 lakhs.
37 lakhs.
Up to date.
Total project.
Up to date.
Up to date. What will be total?
Total 70 lakhs.
70 lakhs.
So will this be a major center in Odisha?
Yeah.
Many of them.
Okay, by Indian standard, this is not an insignificant sum. Quite a good amount. What is the source of your income?
We collect donations
From whom?
from some life members, liberal persons, charitable, Bhagnani.
Are they all very moneyed men?
Yes, money. And we get donations even for 1 rupee, 2 rupees.
Go
After they collection.
Since we collect
Whatever.
from businessman and traders.
Not expect, not everybody. We approach her.
We collect cash and kind.
Ajay, can you say something about your lifestyle? I have heard that in Europe and America, they are using chicken and mutton in prasadam.
Let them say.
Strictly vegetarian. Strictly vegetarian. No meat, no fish, no eggs. No meat, no fish, no eggs.
No onion, no garlic.
No onion, no garlic.
I may say I have been a head cook in one of our temples in Australia for the past 10 years.
Oh, I see.
And we are so strict that we will not even allow objects that are allowed in the Jewish faith.
Oh,
Those things we will reject, for they are not pure enough.
what is wrong?
If they are contaminated with any blood or any animal product like egg, gelatine, anything that is involving the slaughter of innocent animals, we will reject those things. Even up to, we won't even take tea or coffee or onions or garlic.
What about the Jewish liquor?
Liquor, no. Fruit juice, yes.
Yeah, he out. I mean, Dinamati Prabhu from Jewish background.
No, what is wrong with non-vegetarian food? What is wrong with
I think our Guru Maharaj is best qualified to answer that question. Maharaj, what is wrong with non-material? With
Non-vegetarian.
Non-vegetarian.
Why do you take non? Why don't you take non-vegetable? What are the reasons?
That's not prescribed for us in Vedas.
No,
That's for tigers, lions, that's their food.
Liquor is allowed.
Liquor, no, that's intoxication, that's sin, sinful action.
An English poet said, nature is red in tooth and claw. That means killing is part of nature.
Killing is part of nature, that's all right.
Nature has
But most of
prescribed
time,
it. If
killing is
nature
prescribed.
in other words is God. If God has prescribed it, why are you opposing it?
No, nature is not God. Nature is the potential God. It's not God.
Very good.
Excuse me, but sure, we'll be very much grateful. In fact, we would just like to have this opportunity to express our grateful thanks for our honored guest brothers to come and really encourage us. So now I would just make this humble request to all the honored guest members to please accept our hospitality to have prasadam with us. We are making them. So let's.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can take prasadam. Let's get gathered.
If we would kindly remain seated for maybe 5 minutes, and we can bring everything.
Okay.
We get those brochures.